So here I'm trying to prepare the barrel for removal by first just cleaning out all that debris inside the bore there. It's now dust, and I've kind of scraped it all out with just a paint scraper inside and just vacuuming it out for now. And then just while I'm at it, clearing and cleaning the top of the barrel, not that that matters right now. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some penetrating oil inside that bore, and that piston looks to be in pretty tight, but it's certainly cleaner. So the problem is it's at the bottom of the stroke, so it might be a little bit difficult to get off the case, the crankcase, but we'll see. So I've got some penetrating oil in there for now, and we'll see if that makes a difference when I try and remove the barrel soon. Well, it's been a few days now since I poured the penetrating oil into the bores, and as suspected, the one on the right, you'll see the penetrating oil has made its way past the pistons. The one on the left, I think it has actually gone down a little bit. So with that, I'm going to try and start to attempt to lift the barrel from the crankcase underneath. Starting with this front center stud, it's 5/16 widths, and it's actually the only one I can get to with a socket. The rest will need to be a spanner. These other two nuts at the front, well, these are 3/16, and I can get these with my ring spanner, but the rest will need to be with a regular wrench. These next two nuts here are 1/4 inch widths. These two rear nuts are also 1/4 inch widths. This one here and this one here. It's a little tight, this one. And then simply repeating the process on the other side. Starting with the 3/16 nut at the front. And these front three nuts are the only nuts that I can remove from the barrel. With these nuts here being so long, you'll see they won't actually come off the thread of the bolt because of the bottom fin's in the way. So I just simply lift them to the top of the thread, perhaps a little bit higher, and then try and start lifting the barrel up a little bit. And then when it finally budges, hopefully that releases the piston, we'll be able to remove the remainder of the nut off each stud. They're nice and loose. Yeah, I'll probably leave them there now, just to avoid any damage. So all the nuts are moved to the tops of the studs here now, and also now what we're going to try and do is give this barrel a bit of a hit with a nice soft mallet and see if it will shift and start lifting from the crankcase here. The secret is to hit them side on these fins. I think it's lifting. Yeah, it's lifting.
Mm.
Well, yeah, the barrel's lifting, of course, but the piston may be lifting with it, so... Yeah, well, the barrel's lifting. Anyway, that's good. There we go. But... yeah, the piston's moving with it.
Yeah. So really you want, as that lifts up, you want that knocking down, don't you?
As I lift this here, like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
then I need to take the nuts off
yeah.
the tops of the studs. There we go. Yes. That'll do for now, just to kind of rest it until I... oop, that fell in. Because obviously tapping down on the piston, it's not going to help. So those pistons are pretty far into that barrel. Wow. But they do look to be coming down. This one does, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll soon see. So now the next step is to start getting on the edge of here, I think. On the edge of the barrel,
yeah.
So that I can push through on the piston and knock it further down into the bore, and I'm not worried about stuff going in right now because the whole cases are going to get split. So, alright. There we go. Yay! Excellent. There we are. Yeah, they're like... this one's fine on the right, but this one on the left, it's all seized up. Looks like maybe the piston rings are actually stuck inside the grooves. There we are, great. So that's the barrel off. And it wasn't quite as bad as I expected. When I first took the head off and saw the state of the pistons, I thought we were in for a bit of an ordeal, but actually what I did was just kind of soaked the bores in penetrating oil and then give it a few cracks, pretty hard cracks actually, with a hammer with a large socket in the bore, and then it actually broke the seal. And you'll see what we're seeing here is the piston rings here on this left hand piston are pretty much cemented, glued into the grooves there. On the right they look fine, you know, they look great, and the bore actually looks great, but here it's an entirely different story. So that's definitely the cause of the sticking. And then I'll just give you a quick look inside the cavity of the crankcase. Here's what it looks like at first glance. Relatively clean, certainly not rusty. The connecting rods look like they're in decent shape. I'm not seeing obviously any cracks or scratches that would be of concern. The camshaft there, the lobe looks very good at the back. Might even be new, but I won't know until we split this crankcase. And here's another view, looking into the case. all will be revealed when I split the crankcases, but it looks pretty good. Again, that's that rusty piston, the rusty piston rings, they've welded themselves into those grooves. Okay, so that's it, another job done. The next step will be to remove the pistons from the conrods.